I go to church almost every Sunday, but it's really boring for me to just sit there and listen to him preach, so that's why I like music, because it gives a good message, but it's more interesting to listen to.
It just feels like when I go to church, it's the same thing. You can look it up in a book. If it's about morals, then you know what? Morals should be common sense. If it hurts someone's feelings, it obviously ain't right.
I mean, all religions kind of have the same moral principles, but Christianity is the only one that you're saved because Jesus Christ died for us on the cross, and he was raised again the third day, and we believe that he is the Son of God.
I bet you Jesus can, like, you know, he's the baddest b-boy in the world, you know what I'm saying? He can do the windmill while, you know, doing the robot and the electric boogaloo at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of catchphrases that we use from the South. People go, hey, do you know what crunk means? And we're like, yeah, it's a very negative word. But we want to use it in a positive way, because in secular terms, secular people use the word, it's crazy and drunk at the same time. And we say, well, let's get crunk on Christ, you know, and let's get crazy for him, you know what I'm saying?
We are high on Jesus.
Yes, we are high on for Jesus.
If I could get one word, it'd probably be...
I would have never guessed that this was Christian music, and I totally like, yay for Jesus now.
Yeah, actually this is my very first creation, and I've never actually heard any of this, and a lot of people don't really know. Like, I thought it was so fantastic that there's so many different kinds of Christian music that I never knew about, so it's really awesome, like, opening up to that. Well, I used to do a lot of things that I regret now, and so I'm actually really happy that I am a Christian now, because I noticed that, you know, all the things I did were really wrong, and that the Lord can help me now to better myself.
I think now 38% of families are Christian, and over the next generation, 8% are going to be Christians. And if you look at Europe, it's a lot the same as far as what America's going to be like in about 20 years. And it's sad that it's so liberal, and people get away from the Christian idea because sin is so attractive. But, I mean, we do what we can, and that's why we try to reach these young kids to try to turn that around.
At the current rate of evangelism, only 4%, everybody say 4. Only 4% of your generation, the young generation, will be Bible-believing Christians. 4%. What will America look like at 4%? It looks like post-Christian Europe. You know what that looks like? You know what 4% looks like? Right now in the Netherlands, this very minute. Children that have life-threatening diseases, they go to the hospital. It is legal for the hospital to give them a shot and kill them. That's what happens when you have 4% or less. Are you a club member or are you a soldier in God's military? There's a battle raging for this young generation. And somebody who's a soldier is going to get their eyes on this battle. for this young generation. It's not business as usual. It cannot be business as usual.
I got kicked out of my first Christian school called UCA. I went to Pasco High for a little bit, and then I got kicked out of there, and then I was having problems with supposedly with drugs or whatnot. No one ever caught me. It's just how could you not know or whatever.
Drug use, I think it's just a way to deal with, life without Christ. If you look at a lot of people who don't have Christ, they either drink or they do drugs.
Well, I used to spend all my time just stealing money, trying to get like my next high, but and that was just going down fast. Done a lot of things I regret, and now I realize I'm forgiven, so it's all good.
There's a lot of kids that are thinking over whether they want to make a decision to serve Christ. And, and obviously we hope that they do by Saturday. There was 147 people that were baptized, mostly young people. It took a little over an hour, I think, to do all those baptisms. And we don't make any judgments. If somebody wants to be baptized, that's between them and God.
We're getting baptized. This is my first time ever. It's like rocking, dude. It's so cool. Yep.
What we hope is that they go to their youth pastor or go to an adult, or whoever it might be, that can teach them what baptism is all about. And so they have an understanding. I mean, obviously, we can't guarantee that's going to happen.
So, we're getting baptized. Yeah.
That, to me, is the most important part of what creation is all about. To give them opportunities, if they choose to have a relationship with Christ.
Revolution in World Missions. It's pretty much the most impacting book I've ever read other than the Bible. There's still over 2 billion people that have never heard the name of Jesus before. And it's going to go on to tell you about their lives, what it's like, the hopeless situation that they live in. We have about an army of 15,000 right now going from village to village, planting churches. 500,000 villages in India never heard the name of Jesus once. They're desperate and they're hopeless. Their only hope for salvation and forgiveness of sins is to go to some dirty, disgusting river and bathe in it to try to please the goddess Ganges or to sacrifice their children. Satan has blinded their eyes, and they've never heard this message before. They have absolutely no hope. They can't go anywhere. Everyone they know, most of them, their entire family, is there, and they worship, and they just grow deeper and deeper into sin. Satan really just wraps, sin brings death, and it kills them.